Thank you, Chairman Latta and Congresswoman Matsui, for leading the charge today, and to each of the witnesses. I think you've made this well, we know it's important, but you've made it fascinating. So thank you. I've been raising the alarm about the presence of untrusted equipment in our networks, i.e. Huawei and ZTE, for over 15 years. So, for the Congress, for the FCC, for so many to recognize today that we have to take this very seriously. This is about our national security. And so today's hearing, I think, is in so many ways music to my ears. Now, we established rip and replace. There's a requirement to rip, but there's not a requirement to replace. And I've paid close attention to what each one of you have said in answering other questions. What's the major stumbling block to replace? Is it a partnership with the government because there are so many smaller stakeholders that need money, that need the help? And if so, tell us what you think we should do additionally to what we've already done. I mean, it's my understanding that there was, we were funded at $2 billion. It was understood that 5 was the number that would really speak to 100% of the pie, or pretty close to it, because we can't be self-congratulatory until this, this interoperational policy is in place. I mean, you can have just a couple of places that create a real national security headache all the way to a nightmare. So who would like to fill in on this and tell us?
I'm happy to.
First, about the money. Is it money?
So it is
Everything
money.
Almost always
Yeah,
is.
it's always money.
So,
I say yes
you
to
won't
money.
be offending me if you say it is.
So I would say when the FCC started going down this path, they included us in what we B2B exercise, where our vendors were able to give a quick 20 minutes, here's what we have to offer to the rip and replace recipients. So I would say at that time was in late 2020, early 2021. Open RAN was still a nascent conversation. I think if you were to do it again today, it would be a whole different ballgame.
And it hasn't been done today? Is that what you're saying?
No, it hasn't been done today.
Okay.
Congresswoman,
That's an
you-
easy thing to request the chairwoman and the commissioners to sponsor. Anyone else?
You are right. It's the rip and then replace with what?
Yeah, I don't know if every member realizes that, I mean,
And-
we run the words together, but the first part is required. The second part is not.
Yes.
Now, there would be different ideas about requirement on the second part of it, and if you think that that's appropriate, someone should tell us. But I really want to know, in terms of brass tacks, what else you think we need to do so that this is a ubiquitous system.
Can I add something? So obviously money is needed, but I think based on what the esteemed colleagues also have discussed here, I think these smaller operators, they can't do this, they can't build the car themselves, if I refer to my testimony. So I think this would be a real opportunity for having a set of configurations that get certified end-to-end and are made easy to deploy at a cost-effective way using that money sensibly. So for me, that could be one way to advance this certification approach.
Yeah, I think there is one limitation in the rip and replace program that is actually in the back of minds of all the operators. It's a rip and replace on like for like. So we're actually going through this transition from 4G to 5G. So we're actually having to install 4G equipment in a network which actually should be upgraded to 5G. So there's actually a real challenge there, and if the rules could be changed, that the networks could be upgraded to 5G, I think that's a great opportunity to put Open RAN in for 5G.
I think I'm going to make you very happy, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.